Hi, my name is Africa, and I've been in the bilingual project since first of ESO, as every student in this room has, with a small difference that I haven't got any previous references on what bilingual teaching consisted of, because of the fact that I hadn't studied in Italia school. Coming from a non-bilingual school into a bilingual high school seemed a great change in a phase quite difficult by its own. Teachers from my primary school encouraged me to sit to the entrance examination for this project. So finally, I decided to do it because it seemed a great opportunity that doesn't come easily. At the time, neither I nor my parents were conscious about what it actually meant for the development of the English language. But now I can tell it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Some months of training and hard work helped me to pass the final exam, which opened me a door into a new way of learning. Every single beginning is difficult, and mine wasn't an exception. My first weeks in the bilingual curriculum were hard to handle. Words didn't come to me as easily as the rest of my classmates, and my attempt to understand every single sentence said in class wasn't satisfactory at all. I have to say that I wasn't alone in this fight with English. Marina, my classmate and friend, she's 3 years old, who is also in this room with us, had decided to join the bilingual project before me. So it was noticeable that although it was hard for her too, she was some steps ahead me. But finally, everything was possible, thanks to my partners and teachers who helped me day by day the best they could in introducing to me this type of learning. Once I got used to it, I could notice many differences between English and Spanish lessons. My creativity was encouraged in a way like never before. Originality grew bigger in each essay, and learning by heart was replaced by learning by understanding. I have to say that I started liking English, a big new because until that moment I quite hated it. Now I understand it was because the way I had learned it. Until then, I thought English was just grammar and vocabulary, far away from a vision of language at all. But since then, I started to look at it as a complex way of expressing myself and communicating to the entire world that surrounded me. Today, we are here to commemorate this stage that has just finished and remember all the good moments that we have lived thanks to it, indirectly noticing that what we have learned along these years and which will come with us throughout our whole lives. There are moments full of excitement, happiness and laughter, which are pleasant to remember, and that make us laugh and smile even harder than the first time we lived them, making us realize that it was a stage worth sacrificing for.
It's been 4 years since we all started this project. It's been 4 years since we came here and knew each other. But most of us already did, even though our relationship wasn't as close as it may be now. Most of us already knew each other because most of us came from Atalia school. Coming from Atalia didn't just mean knowing most of our classmates. We came from a very different way of teaching we just continued with when we came here. But that doesn't mean it was easy. I would say coming from Atalia gave us an advantage, but everyone can make it, just as Africa and Marina did. Starting this bilingual project at the age of 3 gave us some listening skills we will never lose. And I'm sure that helped us all. But in my case, when I started high school, English became a tough subject, and it had never been a tough before. Even though I was good at speaking, my grammar and writing skills were very poor, and it was there when I noticed the change. I had to work quite hard in first and second year to get to the level I should have, and I could say it was worth it. For me, the main difference between bilingual and non-bilingual teaching isn't just English. For me, the greatest difference is the way things are taught. We were taught to understand what we were studying, and that is helping me a lot this year in some subjects. I may not like biology, but I will never forget what the formulas for respiration and photosynthesis are, and like those formulas, a lot of things more. And making someone remember so much things from a subject he or she doesn't like, it's a great work. I don't like biology so much, but I have always loved history. I have never known dates for every single period that has taken place throughout humanity, but I have been taught how to link them and understand why they took place, and I consider that much more important. Attending to lessons in another language is always a challenge, and we should be proud of having been able to obtain a positive result in this stage of our lives, no matter where we come from, no matter where we're going. Each one of us has had a great opportunity and a great help towards future by being given the chance to study in a bilingual project. And we all have a level of English most people our age would like to have. But there's no level of any subject that compares to the experiences we have gone through in these 4 years. And we should all remember all the good time we spent here, together or not.